to Ravi Teja, I need to know English. That is a mandatory rule. If Ravi Teja need to understand what I'm talking or he can communicate back, he also should know English language. That is also a mandatory rule. That is what applicable in SOAP component. And here for SOAP component, instead of English language, the mediator or the language SOAP component is going to use is XML, extended markup language. XML is the common language, guys, for the software items, right? Any different technologies can easily talk or can easily relate to your XML. Even you can convert your database, the SQL architecture into a XML design. Whatever the coding in Java that you can convert into XML. That is what we are going to see today. How a Java code gets converted into XML code. That's what you are going to see. So that XML code only going to talk or going to provide services for the outer world through SOAP component. Now, why we need a RESTful API? Is that a correct way or does that make sense? Like, let's say I am selling a product, okay? I'm selling a mobile phone and Ravi Teja is trying to purchase from me. He is asking me in Telugu, okay? Now, I know only Tamil, so I am telling him, you should ask me in Tamil, then only I can sell this product to me because I couldn't understand what you are talking. Is that the correct way? Or being a business owner or a seller, you should be flexible to all other languages. If you are putting a shop over the market and the customers are from different medium, you should able to face all the types of medium. Why you are restricting yourself for particular language? That is the drawback of SOAP component and that is the advantage of your RESTful component. Mostly in the industry, 90% we will be preferring RESTful API only. We will not restrict ourselves with SOAP component which belongs to a single medium XML. Also, it is having lot of other disadvantages also, SOAP component. Now, technically speaking, with respect to RESTful, what do you mean by flexible means? You can talk to me in any language, I will respond back to you in the same language. If you talk to me in Telugu, I will respond in Telugu. If you talk to me in Hindi, I will respond in Hindi. No mediator here. Even also, if you talk to me in XML, I can respond to you in XML also. Technically, if you are requesting from a HTTP protocol, I'm going to talk with you in the same browser. If you are sending data via text notepad, I'm going to give you back the notepad, right? XML, HTTPS, or plain text, whatever the way the request is coming, the same way I'm going to respond back. That's why we are calling as RESTful. REST expanding is, I think, representation state transfer. And SOAP is, I think, single object access protocol. I think the next couple of slides will be having more information on this. Are you clear on these things, difference between SOAP and RESTful? Teja, Shankar, Manish, Varun? Yes. And under SOAP, you can see RPC style, document style. Don't get confused. Both items belongs to the types of XML. If you guys having more knowledge on XML, you know that there is a subtypes under XML is there. XSL, XSD. XSL is a style, which is a normal coding. XSD is D means document. If any document is attached over the file, then we will be calling as XSD. But we no need to go in depth of that. If you are taking that in hand, you need to talk a lot about the database architecture, conversion of schema, XSL, XSD, so much things will be there. And under RESTful, there is a couple of things, Jersey and REST EEC. Both the items is going to provide you API. Both of the items will work in a same way. The difference between that two items is, I think, is REST easy is the implementation procedure which still going to implement your Jersey only. Both will work together only. Okay. So these are the difference between SOAP component and RESTful. And today we are going to see an example for SOAP component, which is easily we can do it in your Eclipse itself. All the options are already available. I can showcase you how you can convert the Java coding into XML and what is a file extension and how you are going to put that over the web. All those things I can share it to you today. Okay, client data, SOAP standard, huge data server. So the SOAP standard, some level of standard it needs to follow, which forces you to follow. But with respect to REST, nothing is there. Okay. Okay, so with respect to SOAP components, what all are the components available under SOAP? That is a straight interview question. What all are the components available under SOAP? You can tell UDDA and WSDL. UDDA is the registry to register the location of your SOAP component available, universal description, distribution, and integration. Okay, and WSDL, Web Services Description Language. I told you that your Java code is going to get converted into XML coding. Yes, it is going to have XML codings only, but the extension of the XML file is .wsdl. If you are having calculator.java, your file is going to get converted into calculator.wsdl, Web Services Description Language, but still that file is going to have XML tags. Okay, so remember the components, and this is the flow for your SOAP component. This is what I told you. Yeah, request is going to come, and see here the client request. The computer, whatever displayed here, may be any language. Left hand side, .NET or PHP, whatever it is. But through which medium it is passing the request at the end in the left hand side, still it is going to be XML only. So this end XML only is it is receiving the data, and then only it will communicate database, or the XML itself can take for addition and subtraction logic and all. It depends upon the implementation, whether you are going to interact with the database or you are going to complete the logic in a method itself. It depends upon your development. And this is again RESTful. No, nothing is going to act as a mediator here. Direct response and request, which we will see the examples tomorrow. For SOAP component today, we can see one simple example, which is immediately we can see it. For RESTful, we need to have some 2 or 3 examples in all the scenarios. Annotations, which is very important. SOAP is a ready-made one, as I told you, but with RESTful, you need to do lot and lot work with annotations in your coding part. Annotations, I already told you, we will be using for override annotation, already very basic stuff. Also, I think some other place also we used annotation. I think in your servlet, new servlet, you can above the servlet class name, you can see it will be there at the rate web servlet like that, which means wherever you are using annotation, what does that mean? I already told you. You are informing the compiler to treat that particular item in a different way. This is normal. This is not a normal method. You need to treat that as a different way. This is annotation. Okay. So lot of annotations we are going to use in RESTful when we are practicing. At the time, I will explain you all these stuffs. And finally, the difference between SOAP and REST. You can have a look. So the third point, SOAP can't use REST because SOAP belongs to only XML, but REST is including XML, it can use all those stuffs. That's why at the right hand side, REST can use SOAP. And then the important part, seventh point, SOAP requires more bandwidth and resource than REST. REST requires less bandwidth. So with respect to implementation, that is why we are preferring REST. Ninth point, that is what we discussed as a very basic point. And 10th is corresponding to the industry usage. At, at ninth point, you can see at the right hand side, REST permits different formats such as plain text we talked, HTML we talked, XML we talked, and the another item JS on Java server on right oriented notation, I guess Java server oriented notation. What does that mean? Did any of you guys have already used JS on objects? It is more or like a JavaScript which you can use to transfer data from one end to another end. The file extension itself .json. You can use it to store data in that. So maybe we can see one example for JSON also. And if JSON is totally new for anyone, I think we are having one more slide which little bit explains about JSON. And at the bottom, you guys can see the example. You are having a JavaScript which is having more data. How you are going to send the data to other end without any Java coding and all. You can have a look. I'm not going to send the data piece by piece, like how you are storing in a collection or array and you will send that collection item in a single hand like that. I'm converting to JSON, and then the destination point. You can see how we already used this in JSP URL rewriting yesterday. We have seen more or less same. This is a Java file, JSP file. You are doing this, but from the JSP, you can have a look. Window.location equal. I am giving a PHP page, which the third party user. For that user, I am attaching the my.json array. So he will be receiving the complete data in a, maybe he will be receiving in a download file manner. When you click save in the desktop, there will be a file saved with all the data mentioned at the very first line. Okay, we'll be seeing one example for this also. Okay, any questions on this, or quickly we can go ahead and see the example for soap component. Okay, so everyone downloaded that Neon 3 Eclipse, especially the Rinesh or Nikhil.
I
You can
downloaded,
share
but
your
I
screen.
I
Yes,
I
yes.
got an alert.
What alert?
JVM failed or something like that. So I'm
When
trying to
when
install.
starting the Eclipse, that's fine. Share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, just give me a minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the issue?
I downloaded and then again I'm downloading it again. It just gave me some JVM alert and it wasn't able to install Eclipse.
Did you click the Windows x86 64, right? Download links. Download is
This one,
completed, right? When you're trying to run the Eclipse, you're getting the alert, right?
yeah, I deleted it again, the entire file. So I thought maybe I can just
Okay,
re-download
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
In Mac OS, I'm not sure. How about Nikhil? Is it running for you?
I
Yes, I
can.
have installed it and can show you.
Okay, Dharnesh, what is the error you are getting? JVMS.
JVM is failed.
Actually, what you need to do is you need to go to the Eclipse configuration properties, and there you need to mention your Java installation location for Mac OS, I guess. Okay, let me see. Okay, share your screen, Nikhil. Okay, go to Workbench.
Oh,
Yeah, means for other everyone, whoever is facing issue with the tools installation or something, you should work with me. Like we need to plan for a separate time to spend on that. Okay, maybe Dharnesh for you too. If you need any support, we need to troubleshoot the working tool. Means we need to meet in some other time. So in the session, for whoever it is working, we can proceed with it so that we don't waste the time, right? Okay. Let me know, Dharnesh, if you're not able to resolve that, if you're not able to perform web
Yeah, okay.
services, then
Okay.
let's meet in some other time to troubleshoot that issue for you, especially for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sure. Yeah.
fine. Okay, go to Workbench, Nikhil.
uh, where is
Right hand side
workbench?
top, right hand side top, sir. Yeah. Okay, create a dynamic web project, file new dynamic web project. Give the project name soap sample. Soap sample, and select the new runtime at the top. Target runtime. Click the target runtime button. I mean new runtime button. Yeah. What is the version you are having? Okay.
9.
Okay. Click next. Select the directory of your Apache Tomcat. C: program files Apache. File. And just click the click Apache Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat 9. Okay, click OK. Click OK. Okay, click finish. Okay, click next. Go to the very last page and check the checkbox. Next, one more next.
This?
Okay, check that box. Check that box. Yeah, click finish. So you installed 1.8 only, right, Nikhil, in your system?
Java 1.8 is what I have. Yes.
Yeah.
If
So
I go
let's see
to
whether it
yeah,
is picking.
if I go to CMD and type Java version, I get 1.8.
Yeah. Right. You can see in C program files Java folder also, right? Expand the project. Expand the project. Java version is not showing. Expand Java resources. Libraries. There you go. It is picking JDK 1.8, right? So guys, this SOAP component and RESTful API, whatever we are going to see, whatever the content I am giving to you will work for 1.8 version only. If you're having any above version or lower version, it will throw so many errors, and we can't waste time on troubleshooting that errors, because actually we need to learn with 1.8 only. So make sure before creating a project, your setup is made with 1.8. Okay, fine. Now right click on your src, create a package, com.ntos, com.ntos, and finish. Create ntos, just ntos, don't put dot, just com.ntos is enough. Yeah, finish. And create a class name can be calculator. You don't need to have main method. Web services is something like we are predefining something to make use for others. That's what you heard in the recording. So here you can have addition and subtraction method. Returns x plus y, returns x minus y. Public int addition. Public int, not integer. So you are using wrapper class. Return type is int. Int addition, yeah, int x comma int y. And inside the method, return x plus y. Okay, copy paste and do for subtraction also. Can we increase the font little bit, Nikhil? Window preference, general, expand appearance, color and fonts. Select expand basic at the top. No, there only in the list. Scroll down, will be see, yeah, text font. Yeah, edit. Make it as 12. Okay. Apply. Okay. subtraction x minus y. So this method can be provide service to any other member, either a PHP member or .NET member, right? How you are going to do. So everything you heard about it, right? The end-to-end communication is going to be XML. So how you can generate a XML from this Java file. Okay, now two things you are going to do now. One is the primary stuff. Yes, we need to generate a XML file so that you can put that particular XML file over the web. Others can access that XML file to access your addition and subtraction. Once that XML is generated, your .java file is not required. That XML will take care of all the stuff. And we are going to do one more thing. We need to test this, right? How opposite person is using that. We are talking like this service can be used by anyone, either a .NET project or PHP project. But unfortunately, we cannot set up PHP or .NET project now to test this. So what we are going to do is we need a dummy Java project itself who can act as another member to test this member. Okay, so all these things we can do it immediately with respect to soap component. You don't depend on any jar setups and all here. Everything is automatic. Right click on your project, soap sample, go to new, click other, go to scroll down, web services, yeah, expand web services, and select web service and click next. Have a look, everyone. The first item is okay. First, select the class file. Click the browse button. Service implementation. Browse button. Type calculator. Yeah, select the first one. Yeah, counted into us. Okay, have a look. The first image, whatever you are seeing, the vertical bar, right? So that is for your this project, soap sample. It will convert into it will generate a XML file. Okay. You can see, okay, click cancel so that you can see where it is generating. Click cancel. At the left hand side, expand web content, last folder, expand web by enough. So inside web by enough only, you will be getting a WSDL file. Okay, now right click on soap sample and do the same thing. New, other, web service, select web service. No, not client. Third one, web service. Correct. Third one from the list. Yeah, click next. Okay, now select the calculator. Click browse and select calculator. Yeah, now we no need to do anything with the first image. It will automatically, already it is set up. It is going to generate a WSDL file. You can see at the left hand side where exactly the folder will get created and all. Now the bottom one is the dummy project. So we need to test this. If this is not mandatory, since we need to test, we are going to generate a dummy project. So move the vertical bar one by one to the top. You can see one by one, it will give you the information. See, develop client and move one up. So yeah, assemble client, move to the last. So finally it will be test client, I guess. Okay, so here for Mac OS, I think it will be in the reverse order, top to bottom, I guess. Here it is bottom to top, right? Okay, now click next. Click next. See, at the left hand side, everyone, a folder got created, WSDL under web by enough. Still, the XML is not generated, but a folder is created. Okay. Now, in that particular class, all the methods will be listing. Whatever the methods you are going to provide in the service, you can select it. So right now, both are selected. Now click next. Okay. Now click start server. Click the details, what it is telling. One of the port is in, open the server and correct the invalid ports. Why? Okay. Click OK. Click OK. Click cancel. Go to server. Double click on it. Double click on that. There is a port A0 Tomcat admin port. Can you click the Tomcat admin port and set as 80? Okay, save it. Control S HTTP. Okay, now run and check. Do the same thing. Yeah, check your server is running or not first. It's running.
Yes, yes.
Go to console. Okay, stop it. Now do the same thing. Right click on the soap sample. Repeat all the steps. Click next. Next. Okay, one more next. Click S2.
So,
Okay, click next now. Next. Okay, next. One more next. So it will take some time, and left hand side everyone can see the new project is created. Client. Okay. So the client project will be having all these methods: get endpoint, set endpoint, and from the calculator it is taking addition and subtraction method as well. Click next. So now we are not going to deploy in the cloud. So just click finish. Don't check anything. Now your second project will run now. That is a JSP servlet project. It is going to run now. See here. Okay. So now click. Okay. Let's come to this place later. First, go to your own project. Soap sample. Expand web content. Expand WSDL. Now you can see the file. Yeah. Double click on it. Open it. So the extension is going to be WSDL, Web Service Description Language. The coding is going to be an XML. See here, just two methods you are having, addition and subtraction. But for the two methods, this much XML code will be generating. So that is why, due to the complete dependency on XML and very load, the market will not prefer the SOAP component much. Okay, that's why we are preferring the RESTful API all the time, most of the time. Okay, now close the calculator.wsdl. Now your second project, expand SOAP sample client. SOAP sample, yeah. This is a good example for you guys to learn JSP servlet also. Using JSP pages, how they are dividing the screen and all. Expand web content. Expand web INF. And expand that sample calculate proxy, right? Yeah, all these are JSP pages. So if you are really interested later on, you can go through all the JSP files, how they have done this designing part, and expand Java resources at the top, third one, yeah, expand SRC, expand com.NTOS. Yeah, these are the files coded. This project, SOAP sample client, is a dummy project, but still it is not only for SOAP sample. It is a very generic project. For example, in SOAP sample, you are providing web service. For example, if a .NET guy or PHP guy is providing a web service, this SOAP sample client project can connect to that .NET or PHP guy to use their services for you. Now, just click get endpoint under the methods in the page. In your browser, under methods, get endpoint. So click the invoke button. See result. That is where you are connected now. That is the endpoint you are connected now. Since you are connected to that location, you are able to get the addition subtraction method on the left hand side. As I said, if you want to connect to a different location like a PHP or .NET or even a different Java thing, you need to go to set endpoint. Go to set endpoint. Second one, set endpoint. Yeah, here you need to give that particular location. After giving that location, when you click invoke, if the opposite location is connected and it is providing services, then the left hand side methods will be changing. Addition subtraction will go, and whatever the methods available in that particular endpoint will list out the methods here. Okay, now we are good to go and test the method. Click the addition, pass values and test it. Type xy, click invoke. So remember everyone, this is talking to your XML. Remember that, not your Java. Okay, and click subtraction. Okay, so how you are getting the get endpoint automatically? Right now, you created this project for soap sample. So that destination is hard coded in this project. You can see that maybe open calculate service.java, calculate a service.java. Second one. Okay, it's not open calculator.java. Or service locator. Some of the file, okay, service locator, fourth one. There you go, line number 25. It is predefined that project destination. So either you can set the destination via the GUI using the set endpoint or get endpoint, or else here also you can hard coded it manually. Okay. And as I said, other than Java 1.8 version, if you're doing the same thing, you guys will get error in the client project because some methods are deprecated or changed in the updated version. And don't waste time on resolving them because we are sticking to 1.8. Soap sample is very simple. We didn't do much thing. Everything is UI related. You can easily create all the steps. But the important stuff is RESTful API, which we are dependent on the jar files and all. Hope everyone got my sharing drive emails in your inbox, right? Did you guys get it? Some four mails I have sent. Um,
Yes, we did.
RESTful
Yeah.
jars and Hibernate jars, Spring 5 jars and Spring Hibernate. Maybe in the downloads or desktop, create a folder and download all the jar files individually. From Monday onwards, we are depending on those jar files. Okay, so let have a look on this. Let me know if you're having any questions or soap sample. If you don't have any questions, anyone can share your screen. We can try to troubleshoot your issue. Ananta, are you able to access? You're using Windows, right? You're connected, you're on mute.
Uh, 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 I haven't downloaded it yet. I can do it and let you know.
Okay. How about Niti? Mac or
I've
Windows?
downloaded it. I just installation is pending, so I'm just installing it now.
Okay, you are in Mac or Windows, Niti?
Mac.
Okay, so you didn't get any. Okay, Dharnesh, share your screen. When actually you are getting the JVM error? Share your screen.
Yeah. So I downloaded this. This is my downloads,
Okay.
and I extracted this one. And when I click this, it's showing this.
Where is your complete Eclipse folder? Click OK. Where is your complete Eclipse folder? You are not getting anything like a folder. Which one you extracted it, Dharnesh?
This one, the tar.
When you are extracting